Hello, friends. Hi, friends. Hi, everyone. Welcome to my weekly show. This is Attorney Marina Shepelsky. I'm here to talk about what's going on in the world of U.S. immigration. And I'm here to discuss the most interesting, relevant, up to date things having to do with U.S. immigration with you guys, explain how things work and simple terms, and just make things easier for you to digest and give you some hope that even with Trump in power, we can still get you a green card. We can still get you a work permit. We can still, in some cases, get you advanced parole. We can still get you legalized and get you on the way to become a U.S. citizen. It's possible. It is not impossible. And we are here to discuss the news, answer your questions, and tell you why you should not lose hope. That's my message to you, and that's my motto. So for now, while I'm just starting to warm up and waiting for some people to join, please write to me where you are watching me from. I'm going to log into my Instagram account and start to read those messages from my screen and give shout outs and say hello to you people, so that we are having a real conversation here and I'm not just like a talking head on your screen, right? All right. Amitash says yes, now we can. How are you? Uh, Marina Diaz says New York. Slightly, Faisha says Brooklyn. I am from Brooklyn. Oh, slightly Sasha. I'm also from Brooklyn, representing Brooklyn. Brooklyn is very dear to my heart. I grew up in Brooklyn. I went to high school in Brooklyn. When we came to America, I'm an immigrant like you guys. We lived in Brooklyn for many years. I moved to Staten Island around the time of September 11th, and then I moved to New Jersey right before COVID, so like in 2019. So, giving a shout out, good morning from Maggie Thomas on YouTube. Good morning from Lassa Full. Good morning to you, wonderful people. Let's get into the latest shenanigans that we're seeing in the world of immigration. So we've all read that within the first week that Trump came to office, he signed a bunch of these executive orders, and these executive orders covered different things and like canceled some of the things that Biden had brought in. Amongst those was he tried to end birthright citizenship, meaning if you're born in US, automatically by the US Constitution, the 14th Amendment, you are supposed to be and then case says Brooklyn. So so he brought in this idea that if your parents are illegal and your child is born in the States, they're not going to get US citizenship. Of course, civil rights organizations filed a lawsuit and that was stopped. So that's not going anywhere. It's anti-constitutional and it's not going to work at all, right? That's good news. Another good news is that we are seeing that, yes, people are getting stopped by ICE, but in many cases, they're being released if they have a legal status, if they have little kids, if they're sick and they have medical issues. They just don't have the capacity, they don't have the ability to hold everybody in jail that they're arrested. And yes, people are getting arrested, but they can't possibly arrest everyone who doesn't have status. But since I'm an immigration lawyer, I'm going to suggest to you that you call us and you see what you can file for, so that, God forbid, if they stop you, you have a case in the system. You're filing for something. And a lot of people are eligible. Beautiful eyes, says Kimmy. How beautiful eyes. A lot of people are eligible even if they think they're not. Kimmy says, hi, how are you, Marina? I love you, darling. I love you. Thank you for watching. and wants to give me a kiss on my beautiful eyes. Thank you. With my bangs today, which I prepared this morning for you guys. I made like my hair look nice. It's snow day here in New Jersey and in New York. My kids had a delayed start in school, and I drove them. So I had to spend time cleaning my car from snow. And my people, if you're watching me from like Bangladesh or Florida, I know you don't know my pain, but we have snow on the ground in my car, and I'm dressed like, see how warmly? This is like a really warm sweater. And I drove my kids to school. Just to give you like a little background, I'm working from home. Um, Slightly Sasha says she's feeling super anxious about everything that Trump. I hear you, even I'm feeling anxious. And I have nothing to fear. If anything, I'm here to help people. But even I feel anxious, and every morning I wake up and I have to like run to the computer and read all the news and see what my colleagues are posting. Because right now, what's helping us immigration lawyers the most is sharing the information with each other. A lot of information, likely Sasha, a lot of information we're not getting like from the news. I'm just getting from my colleagues, other immigration lawyers who are posting about what's happening to their clients or calling them. So this is how I can tell. So Trump stopped now CBP1 at the border. It's really, really difficult right now, if not impossible, to try to get in from the border if you're asking. And that's true. That's in process. You cannot file right now. They said they only froze that for 90 days. We'll see what happens. For now, you cannot possibly get into the United States. They're turning everybody away at the border. Maggie wants to know, can I represent a client in New Jersey court? Yes, we can. We have, we have a whole team of lawyers working in my. Too bad you don't see all of us here. Yes, we can. Give us a call. The phone number is on the bottom of my screen. Here's my website where you can book yourself a consultation with us. If you're watching me on YouTube, I put my website in the here too. It's ShepelskyLaw.com. My last name, law.com. What else is new? They're already starting with the green card lottery and the H-1B lottery. So that's what I want to talk about. The H-1B visa lottery. So you had to apply for the diversity lottery, and now is the time to apply for H-1B visa lottery. So if you are planning to you're thinking of getting a visa, if you have like an F1 student visa now, or if you have a tourist visa and you want to switch to the work visa, H1B, you have to start right now, okay? Maggie wants to know how much you charge for consultation. I think it's $199. Here, I would add like a little bit of a cheaper option. When that goes on the website, but the best thing to do is just to go to our website, ShepelskyLaw.com, and just schedule a consultation. Kwaku, my longtime follower here, says, good morning, Madam Marina and team. Hello, hello. Dee has a question. She says, I got my I-601A approved. So that's the advanced processing waiver. And my case is now in the NBC. I'm wondering if I can finish my case after Trump leaves. Probably not. Not going to be able to it's not going to be open, your case, in 4 years. So I think that you have a good chance with your I-601A approved to leave and come back with a green card. I know it's scary, but even with Trump, I think it is possible. If you never lied, if you never had any like criminal problems, you should be okay. Instagram. Yeah, I posted my question there. All right, so I think you guys can start posting your questions and also let me know where you are and I will start answering your questions. I want to say that nothing I say here is meant to be any legal advice. Obviously, this is attorney advertising, but it's also an educational show for you guys. And I know that a lot of my followers here will say to me, Marina, I've been watching you for 2 years. I know that I've asked my lawyer and he never could understand what I want from him or explain or like give me good information. And I come here and I hear this good information. I'm understanding things and now I'm approved for a green card. But like my heart is in the right place, so that you're not as anxious. It's because sometimes, sometimes people go to really good lawyers. I'm not like saying that lawyers are bad. And basically, the lawyer has fought. Like I just saw clients from India on Monday in my office. They have a decent lawyer. I know their lawyer. She filed everything right. I looked it up. I said it's true. She didn't lie to you. She filed motion to reopen. The problem is they don't understand what's going on. Why did they need the motion to reopen? Why can they not file for this? I actually, it turns out they kept saying, I don't have my file. I don't know what happened before, but I kept saying, check your email for FOIA. FOIA is the name for how we get the whole archive of your file from immigration. Like all the copies of anything you ever filed, they have it. They have it scanned and they have it filed under your alien number. So she finally understood what I was saying to her. It took me like a good 40 minutes. And she looked at her phone, and it turns out the lawyer did send her papers a long time ago. She had them. So she sent them to me. I looked at them, and I basically like translated it from legal language to like regular people's language to what happened to her and why the lawyer is saying what she's saying. So if you want that type of representation where you understand what's happening with you at all times, you're always in touch with your lawyer, that's what we do. All right. It's Ari says, can I get deported while in cancellation of removal process? Probably not, because you're already in deportation. And even if they arrest you, I think they will let you go. But there's no guarantees right now. No guarantees. Okay. Maggie wants to know, how does it work? You have to get an employer before you qualify for EB1. EB1, you don't always need the employer. If you are really talented, extraordinary ability, you don't. But for many people, they not file the EB1 because they're already out of status, or they came through the border, or something like that. So you could be eligible. I'm not saying you're not, but you should do a consultation to see what's going on. And here's the follow-up question, which I already kind of predicted you're going to say. Can an asylum seeker waiting for court proceeding apply for EB1? Most of the time, no, like 99%. So let me know if you want a consultation. I can explain to you in more detail. But if you came here with a visa and you filed for asylum, that does not protect your status for the purposes of the work visa. Asylum is not a status. It's just a way to get a work permit. That's like a much easier way to think of it. Filing for pending asylum, that's not a status, okay? Once you're approved for asylum, that's a status. But even then, you don't need the EB1 anymore. So all people who came with a visa, filed for asylum, even when they were still legal at that time, they're now waiting for asylum for years and years. You cannot switch to EB1. So you could file for it, and the part about you being a good candidate for it will get approved, but you won't get the visa. They will deny you because you're out of status. So you don't have the right to adjust status from zero status to a green card. I'm probably going to record a video about this because I feel like a lot of people ask me this over and over again. So it will be easier to record. I might do like a YouTube video today about what the asylum status does for you. And I was actually writing this up this morning for somebody new that I'm training in our office, because it's easier when you have something in writing. So there you go. That answers that. Let's go to Instagram. It's Jazz says, "Ma'am, I'm here on a USA F1 visa, student visa, but I never went to school. So your visa has been canceled. Okay, you are completely illegal if you never went to school." He wants to know if he applies for asylum because he's LGBTQ and I feel safe here, but not in my home country. Oh, he did apply. So now I did my fingerprint. Should I be scared to send back bias? No, you should not be scared. If you don't have any criminal issues, you've never been arrested, and you have a pending asylum application, you're safe. You're not gonna get deported, you're safe. But again, I want to just repeat every time, no guarantees here. Okay. It's just as, is it possible to fight the case for me? We can do a consultation. Look, some people are calling me now. They cannot wait anymore. They've been waiting 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, 9 years for asylum. They can't deal. So there's options for you. We can either file a writ of mandamus to force immigration to schedule you for an interview, or if you have like a super strong case with proofs. Let's say you're LGBTQ from Africa, from like Nigeria. If you know in your country, if you like you get killed for being gay, right? And you have documents that show you were already abused in your country. You have relationships. You have witness letters from like same-sex partners. You're a member of those types of organizations here. You have a strong case. You have a lot of paperwork to prove what you're saying. We could even ask them to waive the interview, to like skip this interview and go straight in front of the judge because you are confident that you live in New York or California, you have a good chance of winning this in court, and you have a well documented case. Your chances are very high that if this goes in front of the judge, you will win. So in that case, I don't even bother with a writ of mandamus. I will maybe just write a letter saying, "We don't need your interview. Take me out of the line, send me straight to court. I'm going to win in court." And it does work once in a while, but there are options for people to expedite that are kind of outside of what people consider expediting. Okay. Very common question by Sean Gordon on YouTube. Is it okay for me to travel with my advanced parole combination card with my work permit and metro? Right now, I think yes. And this is not a popular opinion. I just recorded a video about this on TikTok. By the way, I have a great TikTok account. You could just search by my name, Marina Shepelsky. I have two accounts. One is like 101,000 followers, another 135,000 followers. So I have a lot of followers on TikTok, and I post different videos on each. Um, I think that it's not a popular opinion with other lawyers, but from what I'm seeing, even from some of the followers here watching me on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, people are traveling and safely returning with their advanced parole right now. So uh there's no prohibition. There's no direct ending of the advanced parole. It's active, it's working, people are using it as we're speaking, right? I want to calm you down. This might change if you're watching my video, like, it's going to be recorded and posted in my account. So this is February 12th that I'm recording this. Who knows if April or May this summer, this will still be the same. So I say that with like a grain of salt, you know? Somebody wants to be in my video. Do you think I should try? Let's try. Somebody wants to be on Instagram. And my video, my poor friends on YouTube won't be able to see this, but hopefully you'll be able to hear it. Let's see. So I said yes to doing a video with someone, but I think she disconnected. All right. So for who's just joining, my name is Marina Shepelsky. I'm an immigration lawyer for over 20 years. We go to courts, immigration courts all over the United States. We do very complex cases, and I answer your questions not to be meant as a legal advice. Asu has a question on Instagram. Hi, Marina. Is it true that my 2 years green card, temporary or conditional green card, will be canceled when I divorce the citizen? If you don't do anything about it, yes. But if you file, as my clients do, for removal of your conditions for your 10-year green card based on good faith marriage, you file divorce based on proof that this was a real marriage, and maybe either like abused by your spouse, or it does not have to be abused if it wasn't abused. It could be a hardship to you that you are not able to return to your home country now because you have roots in the US, you have a medical doctor here, you have a psychologist here. I will definitely send you to a psychologist no matter what. You're not going to lose your green card. So my clients don't lose their green cards even if they divorce the citizen. Give us a call, US sorry, Asu is your name. Give us a call. We can help you. All right. It's Jess says I'm in Ohio. Hi. Hi. Hello, Ohio. And he says, thank you so much. So it's Jazz. You have a chance to fight. Absolutely. Um, Maggie wants to know, can someone from outside US, for example, they could be in Nigeria, apply for the EB1 visa? It's not a lottery. It's the EB1 visa for a green card with or without employer. Absolutely. We have clients all over the world. Nigeria, India, China, Russia, whatever, applying for EB1 visa. There's no lottery, and you can apply. Okay, so let's see what else is coming up here from Instagram. And if you have a question, please post it. I have a few more minutes here, so I'll be happy to answer any of your questions right now if you post them. There's no wait. There's no like line for the EB1 visa. So if you file the EB1 visa, it's only for the extraordinary talent people. Then we can help you. And there's no line. Like, it's just the usual processing. That will still take like a year, but that's the usual time it takes to process. You're not like waiting in line. Let's see what else is new. DACA for people who have approved DACA for now is okay. Okay. But they're not taking new DACA applications. Many people are asking me, do I think that processing times under this administration will slow down? Not because they're going to order it to slow down. It will slow down because they're saying that they want deeper vetting, deeper checks on each case. That will slow things down a little. I'm sure it will. Not because Trump is going to sign some order to slow things down, but because he wants them to check a lot more deeply and thoroughly each case. Um, guys, I've talked here that the Venezuelan TPS is over, right? No more Venezuela TPS. What should people from Venezuela do? Apply for asylum. You will still have status if you apply through asylum. And I consider that a very good idea. So if you're from Venezuela or if you have friends who are from Venezuela, apply for asylum. Okay, and it's not too late if you had TPS. If before you got TPS, you were not here over a year. Okay, so if you had TPS and you were here less than a year prior to it, you were not late in filing for asylum. What else is new? I'm seeing that there's a lot of articles about misleading ICE information, statistics, and data that's laying the groundwork for mass deportations, whether they're staying here. They're saying that since Trump came to power, ICE had arrested more than 8,200 people between 22nd of January to 31st of January. And the figures are the first public data into the new Trump administration's promise mass deportation efforts, and part of the new tactic from the Trump administration to show that they're making real efforts to fulfill what Trump promised his voters. Okay, that he promised to deport millions of undocumented people, and that's what he's doing. But as of February 12th, the agency hasn't released any new figures. Right, so we don't know. They're saying 12 days. It could have been a lot more. Oh, what can I tell you? All right. I got more questions. Mohammed says, I traveled last year 4 times with my advanced parole on the VAWA case and arrived safely. Is it safe to travel now to Pakistan? For now, yes. So you'll be okay for now. Mahlik says, I got a bona fide approval. What does that mean? It means that your case looks approvable, but they have not given you a final approval yet. And for people who are waiting for a U visa, a bona fide determination will give you a work permit. So hopefully you'll get a work permit soon. Seraphine Dento says, I have a permanent bar. Can I do a joint motion with OPLA? Will that work? I don't think they're agreeing to do this anymore. I think for now, OPLA, which is the government lawyers, the ICE lawyers, they're not going to agree to any joint motion. So it's not going to work. No. Barbara says, my NVC is approved, but how long does it take to get an interview in Senegal? It could take a few months. Maggie Thomas says on YouTube, does this mean that the person needs to first get an employer before applying for the EB1? Visa doesn't matter. For somebody who's applying for EB1, if they are not here, intending asylum, if they're just applying, they don't have any problems, or maybe they're in Nigeria, you don't necessarily need an employer. You could file for yourself, but you have to show like a business plan, what you're going to do by yourself when you come. Lilith says, hello, I applied for VAWA. VAWA is the I-360 petition when you are accused by your spouse or child over 21 or parent. So I applied for VAWA. I got a prima facie approval. I use it to get Florida ID. Can I walk around with it? Generally, yes. But some people are saying that people who have like in process VAWA application might still get deported if ICE says you could wait for this in your country. I haven't seen it so far, but it's possible. Dwayne says, good morning, and we wish you all the best. Thank you so much. Baba says, can you help me file for my mom? I'm a citizen. Yes, absolutely. Call us. There's a website here, shepelskylaw.com. You can find me online, Marina Shepelsky. We can help you with that for sure. Didu says, can a VAWA pending case add the kids that live outside US, or should I wait for approval? You can add while you're waiting. You don't have to wait until the approval. You can even do it right now. Seraphine says, thank you for answering my question. Gwen says, I have a question. Work permit was, okay, I'm waiting for you to post the whole question right now. Okay, there's a question from Follow Marcella. Do you think processing time is affected under Trump? Okay, so I already told you that I think it will be affected, because if they're asking every officer to do a more thorough check, a more deeper dive into everyone, that is going to take a longer time. Christina, psychologist, says, Marina, the way I understand EB1 and 2, having an asylum case would not be approved, or it doesn't guarantee you getting a green card. So, Christina, I just explained to somebody else, but I'm going to repeat what I just said. If you filed for asylum, that does not protect your status from when you came, say, with a tourist visa, or you had a student visa and that ended. So that means if you've been waiting for asylum for like 4 years, you're probably considered out of status for 3.5 years. And that's why, even if they approve your work petition for the EB1 or EB2, and the time comes, your priority is current, they'll just deny you as not eligible for the visa or green card because you're out of status for so long. They don't consider you waiting for asylum a lawful non-immigrant status. It's not that type of status. Follow Marcella says, thank you. Okay, so Dwayne, I didn't understand your question. If you could post it again. Oh, here. No, it's still not here. Baba says, thank you. I will email you. Awesome. It's Ari. Oh, no, that's not it. It's Ari said, can I get deported while cancellation of removal is pending? Probably not, but no guarantees. Trokin says, good morning. My mom has TPS, but she went to Salvador twice. The second time, the immigration detained her because her advanced parole had expired and she was in El Salvador for a whole year. Can we do anything about it? I don't think so. I don't think I can help. I'm sorry. I don't think anyone can help right now. Thank you from Christina Psychology. Okay, you guys, I think I'm gonna go for today. Okay, last time from Kurta Demi one. I have applied for asylum 3 years ago. I have work authorization. Can I travel? No, you cannot. You cannot travel with pending asylum. The only time there is an exception to that for an emergency. Like if you have an emergency documented, you have a family member who's super sick, somebody had a stroke, a heart attack, cancer, very sick, broken leg, broken arm, very, very sick, or a funeral for like a close family member. They will give you a short advance parole for like 30 days, 40 days. Okay. Um, Okay. Dwayne Newman says work permits for my family and I were submitted on January 11th of this year. I'm waiting for. Also, you applied for work permits. How long is the waiting process? Between 3 months to a year and a half, actually. And it's Ari says thank you for answering. You're the best. I hope you understood that, Dwayne. It could be between 3 months for TPS, for example. TPS waits very little. Uh, or it could be like 1.5 years. It takes a long time sometimes. All right, you guys, thank you for watching. Thank you, everyone. I'm sorry for people who are just joining. I'm going to log off. I have another live next week. So try to log in a little earlier. Like the best time would be like around 11 in the morning, 11:10 a.m. I will see you next week. I'm here every week on Wednesday at 11 Eastern Standard Time. So 11 New York time in the morning. And I'll see you next week. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed week. Stay safe wherever you are.